Massive win for Arizona State over the weekend against number 7 Texas Tech, but it's not just about the now, it's the future that was helped out as well. Totri, ASU had a lot of fans at their sold-out stadium on Saturday, but there was a section that is the most important to the future of Arizona State that was packed as well.
Yeah, a bunch of recruits, their families, all in Tempe to watch Arizona State knock off the number 7 team in the country at the time, of course, Texas Tech. You know that the stadium was littered with Arizona State fans, and they all hit the field after that big-time win, and so did the recruits, so did the families. A massive, massive win on the recruiting trail for the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now, we know about that Texas to Tempe pipeline. Of course, this is now Arizona State's 4th win of the season just against Texas-based teams. You have Texas State, TCU, Baylor, and now Texas Tech. Massive in terms of continuing that Texas to Tempe pipeline, but it's not just about the future when we're talking class of 2026. There were recruits from the classes of 2027, 2028, even the classes of 2029 at Arizona State's win over Texas Tech. You could see it all over social media, whether it be Marshawn Ivey or Dylan Cooper, respectively. Some folks in the class of 2029, Marshawn Ivey, a class of 2027 linebacker from St. Louis. So a number of these big-time recruits really getting the most out of their trip to Tempe.
Yeah, and it's a ballsy game for ASU to invite kids out to. Right? I mean, again, you're taking on the runaway at that point favorite in the Big 12 in Texas Tech, but you sold out. The environment was crazy. One of the loudest I've ever heard. Yeah. That stadium as well. And I think another really important factor of all of this is you had some young guys who had to step up. You had a true freshman who goes in and plays at left guard. You have a walk-on sophomore who's going out there and starting at center. Like, you have guys that were brought in, that were recruited, and guys that like CJ Fight who have been there since he was recruited in high school. And you see kind of the trajectory of that as well. When you're a high schooler and you walk into that stadium and it's sold out and the energy is crazy, and guys that have been recruited and been there for a long time or a short time, they're all playing a part. You see the field get stormed. The weather is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And you beat the number 7 team in the country, which is a testament to the coaching staff and the players alike. You almost get a little bit of FOMO.
Yeah.
You're like, why wouldn't I want to be there?
And you see those retro jerseys?
Those jerseys were so sick. But, like, you can see it on social. That's what, we see it on social. We see Kenny doing the worm in the locker room. You see Kenny, going out on the field, not being able to do a post-game interview on TV. And you can see that stuff, and it can mean something. But when you're in person and you see it, you could feel it.
Yeah.
If Arizona State followed up a massive loss to Utah with a blowout loss at home to Texas Tech with all these recruits there, that would not be a great look.
No, it would be, and again, it wouldn't be the end of the world when it comes to this recruiting cycle for the next couple of seasons. But obviously getting the win, what this does in terms of momentum, what this does in terms of leaving a lasting memory in these recruits' heads as they continue to go on other visits, right? These things happen few and far between, right? If you're an unranked team, that is the record that you are. If you're Arizona State, you're a defending conference champion. And again, like, you aren't the favorite at home here, right? A number of these recruits gonna go take other visits to other big-time schools. And I guarantee you that if there is another school that they're interested in, they're probably not going to have the same game day feel that they got with Arizona State, right? Because you have all of the noise all week long of, hey, Arizona State's not going to do this, right? Yet these recruits, they're getting the opportunity to talk to Brian Ward, talk to Hines Ward, talk to Kenny Dillingham. Heck, they're getting the opportunity to be field level, watching what's expected to be a top 10 pick in Jordan Tyson tear up the Big 12's number 1 defense. Right, like you said, it creates a little bit of FOMO. And a big part of Arizona State's recruiting efforts, not only Texas to Tempe, but also recruiting locally. A number of those local recruits, specifically to, again, bringing up Dylan Cooper, a 2029 quarterback locally, and then Colin Atule from Brophy College Prep, 6'4", 270 pounds, class of 2029 as a tackle, guard, defensive tackle, defensive end, guy does it all. Like, a number of local guys we're in attendance for that game, and we know the emphasis that Arizona State has been putting on getting guys to stay at home, be those hometown heroes. Of course, we don't know the full impact of Arizona State's win over number 7 Texas Tech in terms of recruiting as it stands right now. You have a much better feel for it over the next several weeks, over the next several months, as some of these guys continue to pledge to Arizona State. And this is something that'll carry over for the next couple of seasons, right? We're talking class of 2028, class of 2029 type of guys that are here at this game or were at that game that still are going to go on visits, but this is probably going to be the one that sticks in their head.
Yeah, it's got to be. And plus, you'll have more opportunities going forward as well. This is a big moment now in the long term. Once you get to 2028, 2029, hopefully you got a couple more in your pocket that you could point to as well.